The federal government prosecuted more than 60 North Texans for their roles in the Capitol riot. Those charges are now off their records. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. Among those granted clemency today, the leader of a far-right militia convicted of seditious conspiracy. Stuart Rhodes of Granbury was released from federal prison this morning after President Trump commuted his 18-year prison sentence. His case was one of the highest-profile cases in the prosecution against those who stormed the U.S. Capitol January 6th, 2021. Fox Sports' David Centendry has an update on his and other North Texans cases. David.
Yes, Stephen, Heather, some people in the Capitol that day committed violence. Others did not. Now, President Trump is effectively granting clemency to everyone involved.
I thought their sentences were ridiculous and excessive.
President Donald Trump speaking about sweeping pardons, commuted sentences, and vows for dismissal for more than 1,500 people charged in connection to the January 6th, 2021 Capitol riot.
These were people that actually love our country, so we thought a pardon would be appropriate, yeah.
Of the 1,500, more than 1,000 pled guilty. 250 were convicted after trial. Only 2 alleged rioters were acquitted of all charges by judges after bench trials. No jury has fully acquitted a defendant. Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes from Granbury was serving an 18-year prison sentence for seditious conspiracy and other crimes. President Trump commuted his sentence as time served. Rhodes speaking after his release.
We knew that was coming because he promised it. You know, promises made, promises kept. So we knew it was going to happen. I had no doubt it was going to happen.
The FBI's Dallas division made more than 60 January 6th related arrests. Some North Texans, like Jenna Ryan, were convicted of more moderate crimes, like entering and remaining in a restricted building. Ryan pled guilty and was sentenced to 60 days in jail and issued $1,500 in fines. Others, like Guy Reffitt from Wiley, who a jury found guilty of 5 felonies, including obstruction and civil disorder, received more than 7 years in prison. In 2021, Reffitt's 18-year-old son, Jackson Reffitt, cooperated with the FBI.
I got in contact with the FBI after the Capitol riots about my dad.
Monday night, Jackson Reffitt spoke with CNN after learning of the president's executive order.
I'm just so filled with paranoia about what could happen. I've been waiting all day from a call from the DOJ.
In 2021, Jackson Reffitt told investigators his father said he'd be a traitor if he turns him in and that traitors get shot. Other family members, however, believed Guy Reffitt was not a threat and said something he did not mean.
Oh, my gosh.
Supporters of those imprisoned rallied to show support as Rhodes and others were freed from prison, including Enrique Tarrio, former head of the far-right group Proud Boys. The president's pardon came late Monday night, the same day outgoing President Joe Biden preemptively pardoned Dr. Anthony Fauci, retired General Mark Milley, and the House committee that investigated the January 6th attack. Biden also pardoned some of his own family members, none charged or convicted of any crime. Constitutional law professor David Cole says both Trump and Biden's pardons are steeped in personal and political interest.
In the case of Mr. Trump, these are people that supported him so strongly that they engaged in violent acts on January 6th. And in the case of Mr. Biden going out the door, the use of the pardon for your family members is something we haven't really seen much of historically.
Well, check this out. It was as recent as last Friday that an attorney from Granbury, Texas, who was working with the Oath Keepers, her name, Kelly Sorrell, was sentenced to 12 months in prison for her actions at the Capitol that day. Again, she was with the Oath Keepers from Granbury, Texas, and according to the DOJ, she sent a message to other rioters who she was with saying, quote, "We are acting like the founding fathers. We can't stand down." Again, that was just a few days ago. On Friday, 12 months in prison was her sentence. But of course, now things are changing for everyone involved.